Chase Lehocky with the Blue Futon, and we are going into the voodoo world with a movie called The Empty Man. I know this went into theaters around October time frame. Being in California, I couldn't watch the movie in theaters because theaters are still not open in that stupid state. But let's see if The Empty Man was worth me waiting for it and getting it on voodoo. So The Empty Man, what's it about? Well, you can say it's about an old detective who has a friend whose daughter disappeared, as well as the other friends of the daughter. Unfortunately, they found some of the friends, stuff bad happened to them, intentionally, suicide, other stuff like that, murder, but the one friend still disappears, and this cop now has to go in this weird world of cults and emptiness and forests and weird people with fire to figure out what this empty man is. I don't know what I watched. So this is 2 hours and 20 minutes of I don't know. I really don't understand the premise of this movie because honestly, the first 15-20 minutes, I thought I was watching the wrong movie. It's basically about in Tibet or something like that where these 4 friends are hiking in the wilderness. All of a sudden, one falls in a hole and they see something. And then all of a sudden, people get murdered, and you're like, okay, you kind of know what's happening. You're like, okay, something happened. Okay. Then we go now into like New York or San Francisco or whatever. Well, he's from San Francisco, but I don't really know what state it is. But it's really, really predominant to know that this main character is from San Francisco because a lot of weird shit happens. I guess that weird shit connects to the weird shit that happens in San Francisco. He ain't wrong, though. He ain't wrong. But getting to the conclusion of this movie, there are some creepy aspects of maybe this cult thing and who the empty man is, of what's happening. This is with these kids and everything in high school, because this is like 4 different movies. You have the Tibet scene in the beginning. I know it's not Tibet. Someone's going to comment below and be like, it's actually from here. I'm sorry. I know I was wrong. Then you have this cop storyline. Then you have this like almost supernatural blown a bottle, like Bye-Bye Man storyline in it. Then you have a supernatural storyline as well as a cult storyline, and you do not know where this movie goes. I was confused. I was straight up confused. I'm just not smart enough to guess I understand what they're trying to do. But there are some creepy aspects of like the Empty Man high scores was pretty good. And when I said he was going to the forest and understanding what was going on in the forest, there's a very creepy scene and funny dialogue in that scene. You're like, oh, this is really cool and neat. Some cheesy CGI at that moment in time, but overall you're like, damn, I understand where we're going. But no joke, the last 10, 15 minutes, it loops somewhat, but you're just like, I still don't understand what's actually happening. Like, I really do not understand what you're trying to do with this movie. And that's all I could say is I don't know what the Empty Man was trying to prove. Apparently it's based on like Boom comic series. Never heard of it. Am I intrigued to read the comics and see if it transferred well over? No, not really. Like, this movie kind of like diminished me wanting to research into the Empty Man to see if it's actually worth it. The premise is like Bye-Bye Man meets Final Destination meets a random cult movie. Let's put it that way. It's all 3 of those combined, and it really just doesn't work with the length and just the writing. It might be the writing of like just jumping around everywhere, not knowing what is happening on the screen. So the Empty Man will receive a 1 out of 5 with Futons. It goes at 20%. So see the Critics News scores gave this one. So you have the critics of 45% with 11 of them, and the audience score at 39% with 112 of them with no critic consensus. Yeah, this had a lot of up and downs because I was intrigued in the beginning. It was going good, like the whole high school storyline was going up, 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 up. Then it dips into the cult storyline. I'm like, okay, where are we going? The forest scene, okay. Then the end just dive bombs for me really, really hard, and it's just not worth redemption. The stuff in the beginning doesn't redeem the ending at all. So anyway, do you agree with my 20%, that 39, or the 45? Chase out the Blue Futon, like, comment, subscribe. One of the things, Bhutontopia, you Blue Tonies, thanks for watching. Have a great day. My oven's beeping. Let's get on to more reviews after I put the food in the oven. Let's do this.